We're back with King Prophet, and tonight's topic: how to deprogram yourself.
Okay, this is an important topic because a lot of people are still programmed with the way that they see God and how they look at life. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this is because if there has been a shift that has occurred, that means things are going to change, whether you like it or not. It's just the way it works. You know what I mean? You can either move with the shift or you can either get left behind. Now, what the shift is allowing us to do is to reevaluate some of the things that we have been taught. Okay? Um, and I'm going to give you a prime example what I mean by deprogramming yourself. A good example of deprogramming yourself is you've been taught that you're only human, right? Okay. Well, to me, yes, you are human, but you're not only human. You're spiritual as well. Why do people just seem to forget that part? They're quick to say, I'm only human. Like that makes it okay for you to mess up. Okay? Okay, so I get that. But at the same time, you are spiritual. So what do you do for that part? You know, what do you do for that part? I know what you do for whenever you physical and you mess up. What do you do for the spiritual side? Because you have that side too. And this is what I mean by you have to learn how to deprogram yourself of how you have been looking at things and how you have been taught. A lot of it with education, a lot of it with religion. There's a lot of deprogramming to do, and it's going to take some time for quite a few of y'all because even though truths can be put right in front of your face with facts, a lot of y'all still just won't believe. Like, for instance, I'll give you another example. A lot of people always want Christ to save them. Why can't you try to raise your consciousness to the Christ consciousness instead of waiting for him to save you? Have you ever thought about that? But no, no. See, with all this programming from the past, you have been taught to wait for somebody. When this person you're waiting for has already given you the keys to unlocking the door to getting to know yourself within. Raise your consciousness. Go within yourself. That's it. I mean, if you really just focused on working on those two things, you will be surprised what you would learn in a spiritual sense. Instead of worrying about what somebody else's story says, trying to find the interpretation of what this means, going back and forth with different stories, listening to this person of his interpretation of what that story meant. You see what I'm saying? Everything has been interpretation. That's what it's been. Another person's interpreting something of how they see it. And you're listening to it and thinking like, okay, they're telling the truth. When you never took the time to try to take stuff in. Take it to the heart. This is how you know if it sits well with you. So, with this conversation that I'm having with you guys today about, you know, learning how to deprogram yourself, this is very vital in growing spiritually, especially since this shift has occurred. You have to start changing your perception of how you see things. You have to start realizing that everything is based upon energy and frequency. You're not just a human being, you're a light being. That's the spiritual side of you, the light side. You do have it. It's just that a lot of you never really paid attention to it. You've went and you've learned more about religion than you did about yourself. Let's be honest. When we go learning about religion, we learn more about religion than we do about ourselves. When Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within you and to raise your consciousness to the Christ consciousness. So, I want to know how many Christians out there have done this since they say they love Jesus so much. Ask yourself right now, Christians, have I raised my consciousness to the Christ consciousness? And have I learned how to find the kingdom of heaven within me? I think that's a question not just for religion. I think that's a question for the human race. Now, I'm going to tell you something else. Why is everybody so up in the air about the Christ thing? It's in the news, the media. They got parades in Brazil mocking Christ. I mean, tell me this. Why y'all want to mock Christ? I just want to know why. It ain't like he was bad. He wasn't a bad person at all. Actually, he was quite good. So why would you want to mock somebody that's good? You see what I'm saying? You got to understand the level that you're living in, the world you're living in. In this physical world, which is an illusion, they're getting you to believe that Jesus is something bad when he never did anything bad. That's the physical world we're living in. You guys saw, what was it, the Grammys or one of them award show with the Sam Smith running around looking like a freaking demon, looking all stupid. They're just putting this stuff in front of your face now because they don't care. So this is why I'm telling you, now that this shift has occurred, the most important thing for you to start doing is getting in tune with yourself. Learn about consciousness. Learn about energy and frequency and learning how to raise it. Because if you don't do it, you're going to be stuck in the 3D world of all this crap you see going on right now. It's a lot, and y'all know it. And I know y'all tired of it. So, the only way out is in. That's where you're going to find peace. You're not going to find peace in the outside world. It's hard to do. But you can find peace in the inside world. That's why Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within you. So, this is what I'm going to do for y'all before I leave. I got a nice little saying that I got going on for y'all. And I'm going to start teaching y'all some of the things that I've learned on my path and something that comes from a knowledge of called the ancient brotherhood of the sword that I was blessed, and I mean blessed, to have the opportunity to come into this type of knowledge. So, this is what I'm going to say to y'all, because a lot of y'all are caught up in the physical world, and this is the ones of you that are caught up in the physical world, this is for you. Find the time to stop and rest so you can pass heaven's test, or else this physical world will wear you down where you cannot hear the smallest sound. And when the force speaks to you, you're going to miss the meaning and not follow through. And a lot of y'all are missing the meaning. And you really ain't following through. So, please, once again, my heart is going out to this whole planet to say, learn about going within and connect to your God self within you so you can help raise the vibration and the frequency so we can move into the next phase of the evolution of the human race. Can you do that? We shall see. Thank you.